What is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. I am your host, Maximilian M. Heusler, and this is the first show we're going to do on shaving soaps. And in this show, we're going to review a particular type of shaving soaps. Now, a little bit of history on shaving soaps, just so you guys know. Before there were shaving creams, men used their brushes to lather up shaving soaps, which is obviously a little different than cream. Most wet shavers will tell you they like soaps better than creams because you actually get a richer, slicker lather when you use a soap. It'll require a little more effort and skill to lather a soap, but the reward is well worth it. What I'll sometimes do is use cream if I have spare time and soap if I have some me time. Also, just as an FYI, soaps tend to last a really long time, especially triple milled soaps. There are mainly two different types of shaving soaps. You have tallow-based soaps and glycerin-based soaps. The tallow-based soaps are either made from animal fats or vegetable oils, and the glycerin-based soaps are usually clear-looking, and a lot of people think they moisturize better than tallow-based soaps and will not leave your skin as dry. Glycerin is also a form of vegetable oil, and glycerin-based soaps are usually slicker, and therefore when you use them, often your razor will glide easier. Sometimes guys will get glycerin from a pharmacy or health food store and add that to soaps that don't have glycerin to add a little bit of slickness to their lather. Now, before we look at the soap that I'm going to review today, which is by an artisan company in the United States called Mama Bear Soaps, let's take a look at some of the really popular shaving soaps in the West community, in the wet shaving community. Excuse me. You've heard me talk about tobacco cologne being a great value. Well, guess what? So is their shaving soap, which smells pretty much like the cologne. The soap comes from Germany, and the puck comes in these really nice ceramic tubs. Most shaving soaps are offered either in a bowl for a little bit more money or simply as a refill for cheaper, and that's where the value is. You can either store your refills either in a mug or a bowl that you have. I use these olive containers that you can get from most grocery stores because they're really cheap and they're just easy. So I'll get like refills and I'll put them in here. And you can find these, as I said, at your local supermarket. Now, tobacco is a triple milled tallow-based soap, and it is hard as a rock. I'm going to show you guys what the soap looks like. You can see that's like really firm. It's got sort of an off-white color. It goes deep in there. I've had this forever. I've had it over a year. It produced really slick, thick lather, and the refill pucks go for about $15. I believe if you buy it in the ceramic tub, you're looking at somewhere around $25. Now this next one is Pro Rosso from Italy. You've heard me talk about this a lot, you know, Pro Rosso aftershave. This, I don't know if you could see, it's a little softer than tobacco. Italian soaps tend to be soft, and some actually have the consistency of putty. This is a really good value, as a jar will only cost you about $10. It has coconut oil in it for moisturizing properties, and the soap is scented with menthol and eucalyptus. You'll get a really nice cooling effect when you apply the lather to your face and rinse it off. This shaving soap right here is from the French company called L'Occitane. And L'Occitane, this is arcade shaving soap. It comes in this nice metal container. The metal container can definitely get a little soap spots on it easily and watermarks, but it's a triple milled soap. It's got a real nice woody scent. It lathers great, and again, it pretty much lasts forever. I've had this for a while. I believe this is like $22 or $30 in the metal container, and refill pucks are about 15. Now the English soaps. The English soaps tend to be a little bit more expensive because sometimes they come in these little wooden bowls like this, and the fragrances are sometimes better composed. But again, you can buy refill pucks of these guys as well. This is an almond soap by D.R. Harris, and a refill of this goes for $20. It's another triple milled soap, and it lasts forever. It's got a great sort of savory almond scent, and it lathers up great. I'll show you in it here. It is as hard as a rock. It's not going anywhere. You can lather and lather with this guy, and you know, just to show you how big these things are. You can lather and lather with this guy, and it's not going anywhere. So really, in the actual bowl, you might think $30 is a lot of money. When you think about how long this lasts, and that you could just buy refill pucks to put in the handsome bowl, it's not as bad as it may seem. Now, another way to sort of make these soaps convenient for travel is what are called shave sticks. And these shave sticks, I'll show you one right here. These shave sticks are really just soaps in a stick form. And the idea behind these is that you wet your face. If you're on the road, you take this with you in your bag. You wet your face, you apply the stick to your face in an even layer, and then you lather up with your brush. This one is by the company Ogallala. And they make all kinds of bay rum products like aftershaves, cologne, shaving soap. This one is a bay rum and lemongrass shaving stick, and this one costs $10. It's a great value. It also smells great. I highly recommend their products. Now, artisan soap makers online offer all kinds of scents that you can't even imagine, and they have a great variety of different types of soaps, from things like, I'm not even making this up, from scents like pot roast dinner shaving soap to candy cane shaving soap to pumpkin pie shaving soap to bacon shaving soap to winter woods, etc., etc. Now, Mama Bear is an artisan soap maker whose glycerin-based shaving soaps are really popular in the wet shaving community. She usually offers a selection of about 75 different scented soaps in all different types. They come in these bowls for around $11. So you'll see this is one. I'll show you what it looks like real quickly, and we'll talk about the scent in a little bit. That's what one of these guys look like, glycerin based, so it's kind of got that shiny see-through appearance on it. So you can get these for $12, and then you can get refill pucks in all different sizes. These refill pucks were about $5 each, but you can get refill pucks bigger sizes up to, I believe, like $10, $11 for refill pucks, depending on the size you want. I really like these small size ones. So what I got was a tub of the Florida water type shaving soap, and then 2 mini pucks. The one on the left that you see right here is Masonic Lodge shaving soap, and the one on the right is Ocean Rain. The Florida water was $11, and the mini pucks were about $4.50 a piece, I believe. I also bought sample sizes of 2 different types of shaving soaps. First, I got a grapefruit ice one. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got a bit of menthol in it. That's a grapefruit ice. And then, yep, white chasey this one. I also bought, that is right, you're reading that right. I also bought a cannabis one. And I've used that quite often, so I only have a sliver of that left. Now, for the samples, they're about $1 a piece, and which isn't a lot, and I don't mind that, and I like to be able to buy samples. But I will say, really, the only sort of minor criticism I have with the Mama Bear system is I wish there was a way that if you spent a certain amount of money on the site, you could get maybe 1 or 2 samples for free. Because it really sort of is prohibitive to use slivers this small to shave with, but I guess you get a sample of what the soap smells like, and I'm not going to rate the samples because that's not fair, but I'll just tell you quickly about the 2 that I got. So I got, as I said, 1 grapefruit ice with menthol. They come in these cute little envelopes, and 1 cannabis. Now, I don't really like the cannabis one at all. The site clearly says that it isn't supposed to smell like dried marijuana in the bag, but instead the fresh plant. Now, without incriminating myself, I'll say this. I don't smoke anymore. I used to, but not in a good while. I've been to Amsterdam. I've been around fresh plants, and I don't think it smells like this. I just differ in opinion on what it smells like. But I also recognize that there are hundreds of strains of Mary Jane, indoors, outdoors, etc., and different plants smell different. As far as the grapefruit ice one goes, I really like this a lot. It smells like fresh grapefruit rind with a tinge of menthol. This one is amazing. Now, the Florida water soap for $11 is, Florida water type, excuse me, is Mama Bear's interpretation of Murray & Lamon's Florida water cologne. Its scent is Scary Dead On. You get the citrus, but you also get a really soft and gentle spice of cinnamon and clove. Steve Jobs once said, "Bad artists copy and great artists steal," and Mama Bear stole the essence of Florida water in a bottle and incorporated it into her very great scent. It lathers slickly, densely, and beautiful. Now, someone commented in one of my other videos that I should include lather shots in my videos of shaving creams and soaps. So I'm actually going to do that quickly for the first time, and you're going to have to excuse me because this probably isn't going to go the way I planned it to, but I'm going to try to quickly lather this one up just to show you guys, A, how you might lather things up yourself, and B, what it looks like. Now, I'm doing this on a table. I'm sure things are going to get wet and crazy, but I'm still going to do my best. The first thing you see me doing, right, is I'm using my Omega boar brush, because in my opinion, Omega brushes, not Omega, boar hair brushes lather better soap. They work better with soap than badger hair brushes. So what I'm doing here is I'm loading the brush with the soap. Now what I might do with this, guys, I'm just letting you know now, if this takes too long, I might just speed this up so you see this really quickly, but hopefully I can do it this way. So what you normally do when you lather, or when you load the brush, is for like 30 seconds, I'm just going to swirl it around. This brush has been soaking in water. I shook off excess water, and when you see the bristles start to stick together, clump up a little bit, and look, you're getting a little bit of a lather in the bowl, that's when you can sort of move it over to your tub and start to lather. Now this is just a ceramic mug, a soup mug that I got at Williams in Sonoma. It works great for me. It's got a little spout at the end, and then what you do is you're going to start to lather in your bowl. And you can go as fast or as slow as you like. I feel the faster you go, the better it develops lather. Now you can see now there's just a little bit in the bottom and still in my brush. So what that tells me is that my brush might be a little too dry and my lather might be a little too dry. So what I'm going to do off the camera briefly is just dab the brush in a little bit of water and then go back to lathering. And again, really fast motion. Now this mug doesn't collect lather the way I'd like it to because the surface doesn't have much abrasive quality, but you could see, and what you want to do is you want to start to catch that lather on the sides of the brush so you don't get it on the handle. And then I'm going to go back to it and re-lather some more. It still might be a little dry, but we're starting to get a nice creamy, real creamy lather going up here. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more water. Let's see, do I need to? No, now we're starting to get somewhere. Yeah, so you can see that was not much work by me. Let me just give it a little bit more of a crank just so you guys can see just how ridiculously well this stuff lathers up. Now you can see, you know, we're starting to have lather all over the bowl, inside of it, all over my brush, and this is a really dense, slick, protective lather that you can, and now we've just got lather out the wazoo. And I'll just show you when you apply to, I mean, look at this. This is the real deal lather, guys. I mean, look, and then if I just squeeze my brush, that's what we're talking about here. This is no joke lather. You saw that. That was quick. I didn't even load my brush that much. I mean, I did, but I didn't. And we've got just this ridiculous, gorgeous lather from the Florida water soap. Now I'm gonna wash my hand off quickly, just wipe it off, and I'm gonna keep talking. So you can see this stuff lathers like a beast. It is no joke. As I said, it is dense. You don't need that much water, and because it's a glycerin-based soap, it is extremely slick, and your razor will just glide through this stuff with ease. Now for the other set two scents I got, these guys, we've got the Masonic Lodge on the left and the Ocean Rain on the right. I really like the Ocean Rain scent as well. It's a very clean, crisp scent. Ocean notes, rain notes, ocean sea foam, amber, and musk. To me, this is what it smells like when it rains near the ocean. Crisp and clean. So if that sounds up your alley, you'll love this. The Masonic Lodge scent, in my mind, that's the complete opposite. Still got a little bit of lather on my hand. But that's really the complete opposite. By the way, how awesome of a name, though, is is Masonic Lodge. And how cool of a concept by Mama Bear. This is supposed to evoke the mystique of a gentleman's fraternity and evoke notes of pipe tobacco, leather, teak, wood, lemon oil. I kind of think it accomplishes that. It has sort of this stuffy, masculine, refined scent, and I don't love it, but it's very authentic to what it says. I think that what I learned about this is what I take from Mama Bear soaps is she says what she means, and she means what she says. These are the real deal. If you don't like the way she describes a scent, don't buy it, for better or for worse, or at least buy a sample, because she makes soaps true to her description, and that's just the reality of the situation. The only one I'm going to rate here is the Florida Water soap, because I purchased a regular size puck of this guy, and I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Really, because it's a cheap, and I don't mean that in a bad way, I mean cheap for your wallet, faithful interpretation of a cologne that I've come to love. It looks gorgeous in the bowl. It lathers beautifully. The only reason I'm deducting a point is because personally I like some of the English soaps by D.R. Harris, Check and Speak, and Penhaligon's. I think they're of a little bit of a higher quality, and but a much higher price too. And if I was to make this a 10, then what could I make those? So I think for what Mama Bear does, it's as good as it gets. This is an artisan soap maker in America. I would absolutely recommend Mama Bear soaps. And just know that besides doing men's soaps for my guys out there and shaving sticks, she also does regular bath soaps as well. So you can pick something up for your significant other as well when you're in the online shop. She provides great variety, great customer service, and my package got to me within 3 business days of putting in the order. You can't really beat that. Next week, gentlemen, we're going to either do one of 2 shows. Either we're going to look at my latest purchase, niche scent purchase from Ace de Venustis, a shop in Soho, and a scent that I've really come to fall in love with by Serge Lutens. Or we're going to examine the failure of America when it comes to razors, how to escape the expense of the cartridge razor, cycle, and review one of the best razors on the open market that features adjustable settings to get that perfect customized shave every time. So we're either going to do one of those, and whichever one we don't do, we'll get that to the next week. So we're either going to do the Serge Lutens scent or a new razor I picked up. So stay tuned, and again, watch us every week. We're here. We're always here. We're going to keep being here for as long as people want to watch us. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for a new show every Sunday. I am Maximilian Heusler, and I must know. One more time. Look at this lather. That's just no joke lather right there. Whew. Shows you also you don't really need a $90, $100 brush, right? This was 15 bucks. This lather is like nothing else out there for that much money, so expensive doesn't always mean more. Have a great weekend, guys. See you next time.
Racing for the Mason-Dixon.